Look at my pimples. I'm weird. For some reason I like pimples. I think they give the face character, so I always want people to see. Down. Just to let that marinate, let that sink in. I mean, what the hell? What the hell? Where did they do that at? The topic of discussion today is dating in college. As most of you guys know, maybe you don't know, maybe you just click on this video because the title is interesting, but I am in college. I'm actually a senior in college, so basically I'm almost out of college, so I feel like I should make this video before I have no say, before I'm out and I have no say on dating in college. So yeah, so I'm just going to be talking about experiences and giving advice and all that. So I guess the first piece of advice would be, don't expect to date in college. Real talk, do not expect to date in college. It's not compulsory. It's not compulsory. Nobody owes you. It's not necessary. It's not your right. Like, you may not. Like, you may go through 4 years. Guilty as charged. I've never in college dated anybody. So just know it's not necessary, or you may not actually date somebody, and it's really not that big a deal. Like, you'll realize once you get there that after, like, especially as a woman, after the first year, you've pretty much seen everybody that I guess is eligible to you, unless you like to go under your age, but I don't personally. So I saw all the people that were in my year, felt them out. This one's doing rocky, this one's bending and twisting, this one's a little bit of a jack, this one has too much attitude, this one, he's nice, but now we're friends. This one was good looking, but now he's gone. By sophomore year, he has transferred. Like, yeah, you see everything. You see them in their worst states, and after a while, even if you did have like a little crush on them, either they're your friend, you figure out they're a douchebag, or you're pretty much, I don't know, over the person, or they leave. That's a big one. People leaving the university, transferring, and all that. So that's what I learned. Just do not have high expectations. Do not think that you're going to come into college and you're going to find your husband. He's going to put a ring on it. You guys are going to get married. You're going to have children. You're going to have everything by the time you graduate. Don't get me wrong. There are people that, as I'm graduating this year, that are engaged and will be getting married. But that's the exception. Like, it's not every day. It's not an everyday thing. It's not every day, son. It's not. So do not expect for that to be your life. In fact, I guess you should be really, I don't know if I would say happy, but more surprised if that were your life, because you are the exception. You are the 1 in a million. You are that solar eclipse. Like, it doesn't happen often. And when it does, people are like, what? What? Did you see that? Yeah. So basically, you're the talk of the town because it's like shock, and it's not really necessarily the norm. Just so you know. So that's the first tip. Do not expect to find Mr. Right. You're coming to college to read your books, to study, to go into career. I'm not saying like you have to throw yourself into your career and be like, oh my god, I'm a career woman, I'm never settling down for love. No, what you want is a husband in the end, or a wife for those guys watching, or whoever's watching. Then yeah, I guess that's something to keep in mind while you're there, but don't think that college is the only place for you to find that significant other, your Mr., your Mrs., your husband, your life partner, all that stuff. Do not. Even if your parents start talking trash about how you need to keep your eyes open. Mine don't do that, luckily, but I'm sure some, especially African parents, trying to, you know, if you're not finding in college, then they're trying to set you up with some one uncle like that, or one nephew, or one cousin. Oh, you know how everyone's related. But yeah, they don't actually set you up with your cousins. But one family friend, one random scallywag they found in church. Like, can I live? Parents, can I breathe? I'm just trying to live my life and graduate. Isn't that what you wanted? Isn't that what you wanted? You said you're studying in high school to go to a good college. Now you're going to college, you need to pass and become something so you can pay your bills and move out of my house. Get lost. But now you're talking about, now I'm supposed to move out your house into my husband's house? Is that, what? Anyway, that just went on a tangent. Sorry, passionate. Okay, so the next set of advice, I guess, would be for people that have the opportunity to get into relationships, or are looking to get into relationships. First one, do not get into a relationship if you are not ready. It sounds like such simple advice. advice that everyone and their mother should know, but you'll be surprised how many people will jump into a relationship, not even in college, just in life, just because it's a relationship or a relationship has presented itself, just because they do not want to be alone, just because this person finds them interesting or some wants to date them. Basically, they're going to jump into this relationship. It's not every day. It's not by force. If you're not ready, you ain't ready. Just tell the person, listen, chill. You're nice, because don't get me wrong, sometimes people would jump into relationships. It's not that the other person that wants to be in a relationship is a bad person. No, that person could be amazing. But if you're not ready, then the relationship's not going to be amazing. So don't jump into something that's before its time. It's like premature birth. You don't want a child to come out of you if the 9 months isn't up. You want it to come out after it's marinated, after it's grown inside of your belly, right? Yeah, it's 9 months. 9 months pregnancy. Yeah. You don't want it to come out before, because then there's all these complications, or there may be complications. It might turn out to be a beautiful, healthy baby in the end if it's premature. I guess depending on how much months. I don't know why I'm talking about pregnancy like I know anything about natal or prenatal care, whatever, but I don't really know. But the point is, if it's coming out too soon, you may have some complications, and if you're lucky, you won't. So don't do anything if you're not ready for it. Take a chill pill, relax, get into your own spirits, let the Holy Spirit come and take you, and it will tell you when you're ready. Don't jump into something that you're not ready for, and then when it goes awry, or it goes crazy, or it starts doing raw here and bending and twisting, then you'll be like, oh my God, I never expected it. You did. You expected it because you jumped in when you weren't ready, and I told you not to, but you did. I don't like that. I don't like that. Another piece of advice would be, do not expect marriage when you're in a relationship in college. Oh my God. And this goes to like experiences, things that I've seen around me. Like I said, I'm not in a relationship, but I do have friends that are in relationships. And let's say these people get into a relationship freshman year, and let's say they're doing well, they're doing okay now senior year. And like I said, there are those few couples that are engaged now. I think there's 2 that I know of personally, probably way more because I don't know everybody, but that are engaged, and now they're talking to me like, oh my God, you know, I've been with my boyfriend for a long time. Is he gonna propose to me? He should propose. I've been hinting at it. Like, bros, cool down. Your body is too hot. Chill. Take a chill. Breathe. Perform CPR. Your hyperventilation. Your body is shaking. You put a ring. The fingers stretching it like. If he has a ring for you, he'll give you a ring. You ain't gotta force it. It's not by force. As my parents like to say, it's not by force. It's by force. And if it is, you shouldn't want to be with someone that you have to force and hint at to marry you. You should be with someone that's like, I don't think I could see myself with anybody else. You know, this girl or this guy, whoever's proposing to who, is so friggin' awesome that I just gotta marry her. I just wanna marry her. Wanna give her my heart. Want to give her all my love. I'm singing to you, baby. Baby girl. They should be singing some love song to you. Not literally, but you get what I mean. You won't have to force them. You won't have to force them or hint at them putting a ring on it. So this is another, like, don't do things before you're ready. Don't force someone else to do something before they're ready. But yeah, if you're in a relationship in college, do not expect that you guys are gonna get married. I know you hear all these college sweethearts. I guess there's high school sweethearts too, but everyone at this day and age has been like, high school sweetheart, that's more of a phrase of the past. I think that college sweethearts is like the next level for us. Some people are trying to make it college sweetheart for our generation. You might find someone in college. Nah. You may not. You may find a Mr. for that time or a Mr. College. Doesn't necessarily mean this is Mr. rest of my life. You get what I mean? Like, Mr. College, and then there's Mr. rest of my life. Sometimes the 2 don't overlap. Sometimes one isn't the other. Sometimes it's just this, and sometimes it's just that. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. Sorry. I'm laying some knowledge on you. Knowledge. But yeah, like I say, just because you're in a relationship in college, don't sit back like, whoo, freshman year, I found bae. Yes. Now I'm thinking about the wedding. By senior year, I'm going to have one white wedding like that. Of course, the tradition, you have to have tradition wedding. If he has one culture, will have his wedding, 2, 3 weddings, 1, 2, 3. How many people shall I invite? The guest list with my mom and his mom, and then all our cousins and my older sister's husband and children must come. They must see, like, bros. Don't start planning. Don't do all that. You don't have this in the bag. Freshman year, you know how many people that have dated people freshman year, even senior year. There have been people that I know that started dating someone in senior year and now they're no longer dating. Like from the beginning of senior year, September, to now, which is March, which my birthday was March 10th. Shout out to me. And my friend's birthday and my sister's birthday is March 22nd. Shout out to all the March people. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, you know how many people have started from September and now in March they're no longer a thing? Even to be seeing both of them, you're like, oh my God, this is so awkward. This is really awkward. Just because the interactions, everything, you're just like, oh, and you kind of see it because that person has been so vocal about it. Which brings me to my next piece of advice. Do not do it for the vine, okay? This just means social media relationships. Bro. This goes for people in college too. You would think, oh, celebrities and all that, there are people that have a lot of followers and all that, everything's in social media. No, everyone thinks they're Beyonce. Everybody thinks they're Kim Kardashian. Everybody wants to post on Instagram, oh, Valentine's just came. Oh, look at what my boyfriend bought me. He bought me one horse. I mentioned one time that I wanted a horse. He went and bought a horse for me, a white horse. You know, I mentioned one time that one kidney was just bending and doing rohi. And he went and gave me his kidney for Valentine's Day. Big snap, all social media, Snapchat, Tumblr, Instagram, all of them must know. Hey, my boyfriend bought kidney for me. Hey, my boyfriend gave me even his own lung. I was having just problems with one, just a little problems, and he cut out his own lung. So I don't know what your men are doing for you, but mine is giving me vital organs. He's giving me life. He's giving me life. But literally, he's giving me life. Like, it's not every day that everyone has to know everything your man did for you. Girl, it's not every day that you have to post on social media about your bae or your boo, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna say nobody cares, because honestly, to be frank, there are probably people that really do care. You know, I'm not gonna knock anybody's interests or hustles. Like, some people care. That's, you know, I know you care. How did Beyonce do that? Ooh, it takes a lot of flexibility. But yeah, there are people that do care. So I'm not gonna say nobody cares. But the thing is, you should have it in your mind or in your heart that, you know, this is a relationship for us. Not everything has to be put out on Front Street, as some people like to say, put on blast, because guess what? If that relationship does end, it's not just going to be awkward between the two of you. It's going to be awkward for the people, let's say like me, that saw all these Instagram and Snapchats together, that now has to watch both of you in the same class together, because yes, in the beginning of the semester, you decided to choose all your classes together so that you can be together forever. Now I have to see you guys awkwardly not sit next to each other and try and avoid each other and move to other ends of the classroom. Why? Now everybody's looking at y'all like, oh, he ghosted. Oh my God, he's talking to insert some woman's name. I think she's jealous. Oh, she's talking to insert some guy or whatever girl's name here. I think he's gonna be jealous. She's trying to make, like, bros. All because you wanted to do it for the vibe. All because you wanted to put it on Instagram. No. I condemn it in the name of Jesus. Condemn. Holy Ghost fire, blood fire on that. Sprinkling holy water. Just all of them on that one. Hey, because you cannot be putting this on social media and expect people not to have their own commentary or to have their own say. So when things go awry, or if things go awry, I don't want to be the pessimist. If things go awry, like, it almost is like that saying my mom says, like, when the rain is falling, the ground must always know. The ground must always know. So this is just you putting your stuff on social media. When it breaks up, when things just mash up, when it yam like that, everyone will know. The ground will know. All of us will know. I will be talking, and you'll be uncomfortable. It sounds like a personal problem. To be honest, it really sounds like a personal problem. So that's that piece of advice. Now, these are now shifted into the category of those that do have relationships. Let's say those that are about to get married senior year, or they're in relationships as freshmen and all that, and things are going well, things are going okay, please, you would think I wouldn't need to give this piece of advice, but I do. Please do not sabotage your own relationship. Do not. It sounds so dumb and so just trifling to say such a small thing. Like, no one needs this advice, but no, people do. I've heard some stories, I've seen some things. Like, people will have what one could consider an ideal relationship from afar. They look good together, they seem to have a good time together. The guy isn't one of those guys that, you know, wants to make the girl jealous all the time. He doesn't want to, let's say, grind on other girls in the party, which depends. I guess that depends on your relationship, whether you set boundaries, all that. But he doesn't, you don't even need to set boundaries with him, because he's just a shy guy or whatever. He's more introverted. He's not a person that's going to be going around macking on all these girls. Like, if he's in a relationship, he's content with that. And then you have the girl on the other hand, like, he's just such a nice guy and everything's great, but like, I know he doesn't want to, I don't know, twerk on the wall and twerk on other girls and dance with other girls, but I kind of want to dance with other guys, so I kind of want to make him jealous because he never shows much emotion. So what I'm gonna do is, when he's not around, I'm gonna twerk on other people, and when he is around, I'm gonna tell him that he can twerk with other people so I can twerk. That was actually an example of like a real life. This is a real life person that has done this with their bae. They're still together now, but forecast says anyway. But you know, that will try and basically sabotage. Like, you have a good thing going, just keep it good. And if you weren't ready to get in a relationship because you really wanted to twerk on other guys, then you shouldn't have freaking got in the relationship to begin with. Let him go, you go your own way. You know, if someone's trying to set a boundary, respect that boundary. If it makes him uncomfortable seeing you dance with other people, or you're just doing it to make him jealous, bros, you're trying to sabotage something that seems to me like it's pretty perfect. There's another story I heard actually of something similar. Girl dating guy. Of course, in these stories, it happens to be the girls that are sabotaging. I guess, I don't know what that says about girls, but it's the truth in these stories. Anyway, it's the girl, and she's dating a football player, really good looking football player. Obviously a lot of girls would want the football player, but he ended up dating her, and she obviously agreed to date him. But when she's drunk, she goes around saying things like, oh my god, he's so nice, ugh, all he does is like be so nice, we never have any like flair or any kick to our relationship. And to be honest, I don't even enjoy hooking up with him that much. You know, I enjoy hooking up with insert random other guy's name here. What? I'm sorry, what? You enjoy hooking up? Excuse me? Say again? I might have misheard. It might not be miscommunication. What? Hey, how can? Yeah. That's no good. You're drunk and you're saying that you prefer hooking up with someone else, meanwhile you're in a relationship, and the person you enjoy hooking up with is another guy on the same team that's friends with your boyfriend. And this is in a room where people can hear you. People that don't even know you heard you just say this. Just let me give you guys a second too to just cool down. Just to let that marinate, let that sink in. I mean, what the hell? What the hell? Where did they do that at? That is like, those are instances, and obviously there are some examples of guys, I don't know any off the bat, but stop trying to sabotage something. If you have someone that's good and you guys have a good thing going, you don't need that fire. Not every day it has to be a Chloe and Lamar. Like, oh, this one's doing something and now we're arguing, now you're on drugs, something like that. Not everything has to have a kick. Not everything has to have arguments. I feel like people get used to watching shows like, let's say, Love and Hip Hop and all these shows where everyone's arguing with someone in their relationship. They love someone, but they hate them. Like, no, it's not every day. It's not everybody. Not everybody's built for that kind of life. You know, and actually a healthy relationship is probably not built to withstand all that random crap being thrown in. So stop trying to sabotage something that's really good. That's the last piece of advice for you people that are in relationships that are just doing higgy haga, moving left, moving right, trying to crisscross. Like, chill. Either leave the relationship or just don't try and sabotage it. Simple advice, but people out here need it. Shade, no shade. My camera stopped recording. But anyway, just enjoy college. You're there to get your education, as I'm sure your parents tell you every second of the day, and to graduate. So relationships would just be, let's say, an added bonus or an added headache. Anyway, that's the end of my video. This is the first time I did like a sit down talking video. I actually like this. It's quite fun because I think I have a lot of opinions.